So. These are the cutting blades. I've got a 60 and a 45 degree. The reflective likes the 45 degree cut. And I'm using a 60 in there right now because that's basically your cut all except for the reflective. It works, it doesn't. Gives you a clean cut, just so that you have to work at it a little bit to get it out. Those are some spare blades. These are the X-Acto knife blades. You buy them cheap. This is a roller, which I really don't recommend wasting your money on. It works, but you know what? I had to fix it a half a dozen times. I had to put a piece of threaded rod through it with lock nuts. It starts to wobble after a while. If it was just a little bit softer, I think it would be better. But at that point, to me, it was a waste of money. I bought it because I thought it was a good idea, which it is, if it would work the way I wanted it to. What do we have here? You're going to find if you were to get into this stuff, you never want to throw anything out, regardless of what it is or not. This is a marker that you can put in so that it becomes a plotter, so it can draw as well. I've never really tried that. I don't even know if this is refillable or not. Probably not. I don't even know if it's any good anymore. Oh yeah, okay. So anyway, that's what that is. I think I've got a few more of those in there as well. Then you're going to want a pretty decent little stainless steel ruler. Now, if you can find one that's somewhat stiff but has the caulk back, that works nice. So, but anyway, throw that over there for now. These things, you want to buy a few of them. And then some of them are a little bit different. If you can find them in different densities, that's fine. But if not, don't worry about it. Naturally, one of these little puppies. This isn't too bad to have. It's really not used too much, but like if you did some, and you gotta clean it, this is good to make sure that you're getting all the dust and lint off it, but it's not a need by no means. If I didn't get it for nothing, I would have never bought one. Put that over here for now. This is that brush I was talking about for if you were doing around screws or rivets in a truck or something like that. If you had a pop rivet or something, what you would do is when you put your vinyl over it, you put the brush over it and you kind of just like twist it around and it'll mold the vinyl to that area. However, you cannot do that with some of the material. This reflective material that I have here, you can't do it with that. It's not moldable. However, there are some that are. So it depends. But that, I think I used that once in 10 years. So, again, it's nice to have, but you know. These are nice to have. These are your felt type squeegees. I use these and these on every job. Okay, and they work well. Have a few of those laying around as well. These are kind of a waste. These are scrapers for scraping off old vinyl and things like that. They're made of plastic. They work, but they wear off quick. It's something that it's not like a razor blade to where it's going to last. You may want to have a few, but don't go nuts. You can spend a lot of money on this shit that you're trying to find you don't use it all. Like these blades here. They're nice to have a few laying around. If you're working with something you don't want to scratch and you have to get, you know, the vinyl off it, these come in handy. So I always have a few of these laying around. They make a little dispenser that holds them, but most of the time I just use them like that. I don't go crazy. Tweezers. With a good pair of tweezers. Good end on them. Markers, yeah, it's good to have a few markers laying around. X-Acto knives. You can never have enough X-Acto knives and picks. You're going to go through them, you're going to lose them, they hide on you. They're cheap, grab them. Some of them fit your hand better than others. A good pen, naturally. Now these pencils are marking pencils, but sometimes it's hard to get the mark off because these are kind of like a dark black. It's a soft material like a crayon, like a hard crayon. They're nice to have, but you got to pay attention. This has a little sleeve on it so that it doesn't roll away on you. But again, you can never have enough pen, X-Acto knives and picks. Naturally, regular razor blades. Now I have these in bags and boxes, but I always keep a few in this drawer because this is usually when I'm working on something. This is usually my go-to drawer. So that's why I keep a lot of this little crap in here. So just some more of that. This isn't bad to have around. It's really not, you know, well, I guess it could be. You don't want to use this on a lot of vinyl by itself. As long as you have the transfer paper on it, it's okay. But you want to make sure there's no nicks in it, otherwise it'll dig right through the transfer paper. But this is good when you're working on banners and things like that, as long as you still have the transfer paper on it. So that's a good little gadget to have. So let me get the, again, it's something I don't use a lot, but I do use it. What I use a lot of is this, the X-Acto knives, the blades, but these things, for sure. Alright, so anyway, and I keep this in there just in case, with a sharp blade all the time. You don't want to take a chance. If you think it's okay, it's probably not. So that's it, guys. That's basically what I keep hanging around. I have scissors all over the place. I don't keep them per se right here because I have them everywhere I turn. But at that point, that's that. I'll keep 2 of those in there. I'll keep the other one out here. But what I did was I found the drawer in the back. Apparently, this is something that the old owners had. Now that drawer has been here for I have no idea how long. So I just built a little, real little makeshift. I mean, I don't care. Boom, bang. It's under there. It's a workshop. It's nothing fancy. It does the job. And it works. So that's all that counts to me. Because I had this over there, but every time I had to do something, I had to keep going over there. I said, well, that's crazy. If this is where I seem to be set up, which that seems to be, there's no sense me running over there every time I need something. And then I can use this for something else. So, all right. So that's it, guys. Even though it looks like crap out, it's actually a nice day. Weather-wise, it's really not cold. You know, I'm in here with just a short sleeve shirt on. I have the heat on, the wood burner going, but that's about it. I was thinking about putting the ICOM in the truck, but even though it's a nice day, it's getting late, and it's one of those things to where you have to allow for time in case there's a problem someplace. You know, and nothing really ever really goes smoothly. You know, I mean it does, but it takes time. And then once you get it hooked up, I naturally have to check the SWRs on the antenna and the output power, and that takes time, especially if they're off a little bit, because you want to adjust them. So, and you adjust them by adjusting the antenna. That's about it. So, anyway, that's where I'm at, guys.